You know, if you really want something out there, you better be willing to put up a fight for it. We've talked about this already. We've covered this on some podcasts. We've covered this in multiple videos, not just this topic we're talking about, the whole premise of the idea. You know, sometimes when you need something done, you unfortunately have to get pretty aggressive about it and say, I'm just not about to take no for an answer, especially when I've had a deal on the table for a year that I expect to go through, and a couple people decide to get their hands involved and muddy the waters a little bit. That's just not gonna fly for people who are quite determined to get their business done. I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. AT&T and Time Warner's merger for $85 billion is not off the table. Randall Stevenson over at AT&T mentioned when this was brought up by the Department of Justice and basically kiboshed due to what they consider an anti-competitive climate because of the merger of these two. He brought up that neither of these two companies really hold significant enough market share to justify the Department of Justice getting so strongly involved, and he vehemently said that they are going to continue to pursue this. Today, AT&T had SEC filings to extend the termination date of the merger plan until April 22nd, 2018. So we've bought ourselves another 4 months or so as AT&T and Time Warner expect to take the Department of Justice to court themselves and say, you know what, you want to play a little hardball with us. We think that we've got a winning case and that you've overstepped your bounds. We're going to play a little hardball with you. See, this deal's been on the table already for a year, basically hashed out, $85 billion, ready to go. But it seems like the government wants to get their nose involved in business. I understand that sometimes. You know what? In a competitive community, you need to make sure that ultimately the shareholders of both companies, other companies directly impacted by this company or these companies' mergers, and the clients, the people who buy product or services from these companies, are all going to get a fair shake, whether it's in the marketplace with other companies or at the tail end when you're paying for services. You don't want to be overpaying because somebody has a monopoly. Randall Stevenson and AT&T vehemently deny the fact that there is a monopoly in place. They don't believe that either of the two hold a big enough subscribership number to be able to box out any competition, and they are planning on fighting the Department of Justice in court. And because this deal's been done for a year already in the boardrooms, they want this process done quite expediently. I don't disagree, and personally I think the Department of Justice maybe did overstep their bounds a little bit when you actually break down the numbers. But I like the fight in AT&T and Time Warner. Don't take no for an answer. You always gotta come as strong as you can. Kick it in the door if that's the way it's gotta be. I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell. Thumbs up for this video, all videos, thumbs up for you guys, and thumbs up for anybody not taking no for an answer if they believe they're standing on what is very strong principled ground. And I think AT&T and Time Warner are both standing on that type of ground. And comments. We want to hear from you. Leave us the comments. Let us know what you think about this AT&T and Time Warner merger. This is something that we have been waiting to get done. Last week we thought it was off the table. Now we find ourselves thick of it in the bottom of the ninth. Maybe this is actually going to happen after all. Don't you love the drama? Intrigue. That's what life's built on. Have yourselves an outstanding rest of your Tuesday.